The Mets magic continues. This team continues to find ways to win, whether they're down and out or not. They will win baseball games. And the Mets are the hottest team in baseball after a walk-off win in the 10th inning thanks to Happy Jeff, McHits, McWins, McMagic. Makes me want to McDouble. You're watching Mets Daily. I'm your host, Jake Brown, at Jake Brown Radio. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that thumbs up on the video, and please become a Mets Daily Insider. Just $5 a month. First exclusive video is coming this weekend where these videos will take you beyond just a normal show. It's going to be my fandom, my best stories. I'm going to pull down the curtain, take down the curtain, and kind of get a little bit emotional at times and keep it real with you on certain Mets things and exclusive areas of the stadium you might not know about, my stories, favorite interviews. So a lot of exclusive stuff that you won't get on the regular channel. If you become a Mets Daily Insider, just $5 a month, we appreciate the support. Tuesday reminded you why this team is magical and why this team is special. 4-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, offense doing nothing all day. Marte walks, big at bat. Juan Soto, RBI double, drives in Marte. Only complaint? Soto didn't hustle out of the box. That was a very easy triple if he was running. But he stopped kind of halfway to first base thinking he was going to get caught. Just keep running, bro. It's not going to ruin your swag. Juan Soto's on a heater right now. He's back. He's locked in and loaded. And I'm telling you, he's not just good because he hit some games against the Rockies. I'm telling you, he's good. He's back. He's Juan Soto. He's generational. So Yankee fans can stop looking at his stats against teams below 500 when the weather is 50 degrees and under, and every one of these metrics. Juan Soto's back, he's here, and it's going to be a movie. So just buckle up and enjoy the ride. But run, though. Run a first, hustle a little bit. That would have been triple. Didn't make a difference, luckily. Pete Alonso drives him in, overslides the bag. Alonso, he's good with those getting around the bags, but he's got to find a way to stay on. Luckily the Mets win the game, but that would have been annoying if they would have lost because he overslid a bag. Anyways, they win on a Jeff McNeil RBI single, walk-off single, and the bullpen gets the job done, and Griffin Canning didn't have it, but man, if you're in a Mets uniform, you got the Midas touch right now. If you're in a Mets uniform, you're made out of gold, because Justin Garza hadn't pitched in 2 years. By the way, I forgot the little victory bobblehead back there. Justin Garza hasn't pitched in 2 years in the big leagues, comes out, 2 strikeouts, only 2 batters. I mean, it's unbelievable what the pitching factory, the pitching lab does, but it's just unbelievable what these pitchers are doing. And at some point, you got to credit the pitchers. We can't just credit the lab. We got to say, hey, these guys are good. And the Mets are good at evaluating talent and finding those diamonds in the rough. The Luis Torrens, the Garza, whoever it may be that stepped up for this team. Griffin Canning, who had a bad start, but has had a good season. So shout out to the evaluators, the talent staff, Hefner, the pitchers themselves. Bullpen was great. And Jeff McNeil. McNeil has been very good this year, and I think a lot of us, including me at times, were ready to write him off. And I said he's going to play just because of the contract, but at this point he's got to play because he's hitting. Jeff McNeil's hitting 266 with a 359 on base. That's a good hitter. You're on base almost 100 points higher than your average, 6 homers, 19 RBIs. He's on a heater right now, and he's attacking that first pitch, and he attacked that first pitch in the 10th, right down the middle, fastball, bang, bang, boom, game over with Luis Angel Acuna, Mr. Late Game Pinch Runner. And, Jeff McNeil deserves to play. And for all the time we were like, get him off the team and have Acuna play over him, Mauricio, Beatty, anyone else play second. Well, at this point, McNeil should be playing every day. And he played last night. Mackenzie Gore, he was 7 for 10. He was batting 700 against. He had another hit off him, make that 8 for 11. Good for just a ho-hum 727 average. And then the second hit of the game in the 10th. But this is a guy that was a batting champ in 2022, hit 326. 2023, 10 homers, 55 RBIs, hit 270. Fell off 2024, but he hit 12 homers. His best since 2019 when he hit 23. This is a guy that's a 2-time All-Star, has a career 288 average and 353 on base. So we were ready to write this guy up, but I think we all were clouded and completely forgot. This guy can hit a baseball. And maybe it's not the banning of the shift that hurt him. Maybe it was injuries and just having a bad year. Some guys don't have a good year. And I think Jeff McNeil, when he's on, he's a key part of this lineup. And if you got him hitting eighth and you got to worry about getting him out in the eighth spot, there's a reason we're thinking about championship. There's a reason the Mets are on pace for over 100 wins right now. And it's that top to the bottom of the order. It's just remarkable. So shout out to McNeil. Let's give him his flowers today. Let us know in the comments, what do you think about Jeff McNeil? Because I know you guys were in the comments saying, enough of McNeil, enough of McNeil. Well, happy Jeff. The night after his, the Hank Azaria Jeff McNeil poker night, I went last year, was awesome. Didn't go this year, but after poker night, he does that. You love to see it from the Mets. And another guy that was at poker night that Jeff McNeil didn't want to win very much was Shawn McMahon. And Shawn McMahon made his second rehab start last night, and he looked good. I think a lot of people were a little concerned, but not really, with his first rehab start. But he was much better last night. 46 pitches, 2 2/3 scoreless innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 hits, and a walk. So that was in high A Brooklyn. So he's up to 46. My guess is he's 55 to 60 range next outing. And the Mets keep building him up in that rotation. It's a rotation that when he is back, when Frankie Montas is back, you're starting to think, who's going where? So let's take a look at what it's going to look like when those guys are back. Senga's, you could call Senga 1, Manaea 1. Senga's been pitched as a Cy Young winner if the season ended today. So I'm putting Senga in the 1 spot. I'm putting Manaea 2. For now, I'm putting Holmes 3, Montas 4, Peterson 5. That can change. That's not the exact order, but in terms of how they're pitching, Montas might be 5 on that list or 6. We got to see Frankie Montas. I know everyone's ready to write him off. I'm not going to be the one to write him off before I've even seen him pitch in the big leagues. I think that's unfair to him. So he's going to be part of this rotation. And then you got, you're going to be 6-man. Canning's got to be a part of that. So whatever, Canning 4, Montas 6, Peterson 4, however you want to order that. It's not a big deal. Those guys aren't starting in playoff games. But you got your 5 on your left, and then one of those top 3 on the right. It's going to be Canning. But then if anyone were to go down, or, Montas falters, or they decide, he's not ready, you still have Blackburn and McGill. And then, the way Nolan McLean's pitching in AAA, he's next in line, I think. We saw Blade Tidwell one start, but we might see Tidwell at some point. Jonah Tong's in AA. I don't think he'll make the jump to the big leagues this year, but Tong is looking like he's going to be on this team next year in some capacity. It's McLean and Tidwell after that. But think about that. You have 8 starters. You don't have to worry about Blackburn and McGill being part of the rotation unless you need it. And where that's going to be effective for the Mets in Blackburn and McGill, when you see that picture, that guy right there, Clay Holmes, there's going to be a point they're going to have to put an innings limit on him. He hasn't been a starter in his career since his rookie year, and he barely made any starts then. So there's going to be a point, I would imagine, that they not shut Holmes down, but they might skip Clay Holmes in some starts, especially if they have a lead. The Mets are 5 games up in the division right now. If they got a comfortable lead and everyone's pitching well and Canning can step in, or Blackburn or McGill can step in and pitch well in spot starts, there's going to be times they either limit Holmes, skip him a start. I don't know if Holmes is going to be part of the playoff rotation. My thought is he's really a Swiss Army knife and could be like a 3-inning guy in the, in a game 3 or a game 4 of the playoffs, where you have maybe Holmes for 3, Canning for 2, and then you go to the bullpen, however you want to work it. But at some point, one of those guys on the right side, it might replace Holmes at times on the left side in that rotation. But, not a bad problem to have. Mets, with Manaea coming back, with Montas back, the Mets are going to have a lot of options. And the Cohens are going to be busy. They're going to be busy figuring out how they add to this team. And today they're busy celebrating Uncle Stevie's birthday. Happy 69. Nice. Birthday to Steve Cohen. We missed it yesterday, and I apologize because we love our Boricuas. Alex Cohen, her birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday by day to Alex Cohen. How about that? Owners, husband, wife, birthdays, day after each other. That's going to be cool. Get it out of the way. Don't worry the rest of the year. It's like a joint birthday celebration. That's true love is in the air for billionaires. What a life. So happy birthday to Steve Cohen. Happy birthday to Alex Cohen. And I got to say this, Steve Cohen bought this team November 2020, during the pandemic. He said he'd like to win in the next 3 to 5 years. And he got a lot of, critique for that. We're in year 5. 2020 as it counts. 2021, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is year 5, that 3 to 5 year window. The Mets look like one of the best teams in the league, and they look like the best team in the league, to be honest, right now. Let's keep it a buck. The Mets are one of the best teams in baseball, period, end of story. They have the most wins in the National League. They're half game behind the Tigers for the best record in baseball. His wish could come true. There is a chance that 3 to 5 year window, we are in year 5, that Cohen's grand prediction ends in the final year that he predicted. So I just got to say thank you to the Cohens. Man, you see the atmosphere of the ballpark a Tuesday night last night. I mean, weekdays all year have been really good. Buzzing in that building. Alex Cohen, they've talked about the family room that they've put together, how much the families love being a part of this organization. She has been an integral piece in all this Mets success, and players feeling comfortable coming here, especially Latino players. So family has been preached. Steve and Alex Cohen, the family bond is real. Their birthdays are a day after each other. So a happy birthday shout out to our owners, Steve and Alex Cohen. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for turning this franchise around. I'm going to talk a lot on, Mets Daily Insider about what this team did for me personally. That might be my first video this weekend you can check out. But they're a big part of it in turning this. 2021, they were somewhat competitive, didn't make it. 2022, 100-game winner. 2023, they fell off. 2024, we know the Mets magic last year. And this year, one of the best teams in baseball. They have turned this team into perennial winners and contenders every year. And we're glad to be a part of it and glad to cover it right here on Mets Daily. At Mets Daily Show on Twitter. At Jake Brown Radio on all social. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Give me a follow as well. And subscribe to Mets Daily. Smash that thumbs up on this video. Send us happy birthday shout-outs to the Cohens below. And let us know what you think about McNeil, the rotation, and everything in between. It's a hump day, June 11th. Mets looking to take the series tonight against the Washington Nationals, and then they hope to sweep. It is Jake Irvin versus David Peterson tonight, and then afternoon game. So we'll likely have a show after the game tomorrow. Soroka versus Senga tomorrow as the good times keep rolling. Mets look to get 20 games over 500. Thanks for watching Mets Daily, everyone. Enjoy the game tonight. Let's go Mets, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.